Hey guys, good evening from Design by Sherry at Woodside Villas Studio. So I'm obviously a designer. I always have been in some shape or another. I've always been designing and making and messing on with things and creating things. So today I just want to give you a very quick rundown of some of the lovely things that I've made, some of the lovely things that I'm going to be making, and tell you about my journey and why and how. So in today's world, today's society, everything seems to be thrown away. Here today, gone tomorrow. We don't recycle enough, and I'm getting concerned that this fast, easy fashion, this Temu Shane, pretty little thing, these things are like every 3 months they're throwing new fashions at you, new styles. You know what, guys, we can do better than that. I simply upcycle, recycle, reuse and repurpose, and I think that's far more preferable because it makes things unique, it makes things individual. Nobody's ever gonna have the same garment as you if you upcycle or recycle something or reinvent something. And to me, that makes garments really special, and they're also worthy of handing down. For example, this piece is, everything on this garment has been recycled. It might have been taken off something else. There's a bit of muslin there that I've probably dyed. I've probably dyed that because I'm quite sure that lace was white. These have been pulled off something. Scraps of fabric that people give me and donate. I can see that that's sort of like got pink hues in it, so I've obviously tried to dye it. Don't know what that's cut off, but that is absolutely exquisite cotton lace. And that was just a couple of bits of fabric that had been donated to me, and I've cut them out and put them together. So hours and hours and hours of work. But I'll tell you what, nobody else is going to have anything like this ever. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm even thinking I might put something like a big rose there. I don't know. I don't mind going to town on things, and I can do it, so it doesn't bother me. A Harris Tweed jacket made. I hunted high and low for some Harris Tweed. It was one of those things. It's an old, I've even got the Harris Tweed label somewhere still to put on it, lined in like a shot taffeta. I got put off from wearing this because somebody said, oh, it's very 80s. I'm like, that does not do it for me. It wasn't meant to look like 80s. But what I'm going to do with it for this year is I'm going to upcycle it. I'm going to put big flowers on it and all sorts of other trims. I like it, and it's very warm. It's very warm because it is Harris Tweed. So yeah, that's one garment. So other garments I've got in my stash. When I was a textile student, we always made these fabric samples, and these were our designs. That's obviously my drawing. You can't see very well because it's very subtle. Screen printed on silk velvet, and we never did anything. They wouldn't let us make them into garments, which I just used to think was sacrilege. So in later years, obviously, I've found that precious piece of silk that cost me an arm and a leg as a student and made it into a lovely dress, which I do wear. And I wear it with pride, and I've had it so long that the silk trim that I used on the sleeve edge perished, so I've simply changed it out for that, because a dress like this is going to last me forever. It's never going to wear out, and even if it does, because it's handmade, I know that I can, replace bits. It hasn't even got a black lining, because at the time maybe I didn't have a black lining. It's got like this soft, really soft gold, so it feels lovely on. But it's all I had at the time, and it was probably leftover lining from a project. I'm always doing projects. So this little dress here could have been made out of a duvet cover. It's not, but it could have been. If you've got, sometimes duvet covers are absolutely stunning. And I line mine in muslin, cheesecloth. One, because it's breathable, it's natural, and if it ever does end up in landfill, which I hope it won't do, it decomposes. It's not going to sit there for 1,000 years like all the plastics in the ocean are. So yeah, that just doesn't fit anywhere. It just sits around the shoulder with a simple plaited fabric scrap tied in a little bow there. That's it. Very simple. So another thing is my upcycled bag. It came out of a small curtain sample at my local shop, and I've just put it all together in into a bag. And I've even kept, that's how wide the fabric sample was. I mean, it's got a front, a back and a flap all in the same stuff. I've kept that on so you can see it's recycled. Look, there's the curtain, and it just sits over. It's one of those crossbody bags. Got poppers on, it's lined. Again, all the fabrics that I collect over the years. These were belts. They were my little boy's belts when he was little. He got too big for him, so they don't fit him anymore. So let's get them used. That was a piece of fabric given to me by Jenny. Bits of jewellery, broken jewellery, Auntie Sandra. All sorts of things that I had in my fabric stash and craft stash that I've had for years. So that's that. And my latest thing is there's my label, and this is just a simple wrap, which I'm hoping I'll get to some wearing at Goth Weekend. So all made from scraps. There's a butterfly, there's a bit of, I think that was one of my daughter's earring, a piece of earring. I haven't quite finished that yet, so it's still pinned in position. I'm not sure whether I'm going to sew it on or have it so that it's adjustable, and it looks like this. So it's a poncho, a wrap, a shawl, whatever. Oh, can you see the sugar skull? I wasn't sure you could see it. So I'm planning to add a lot more onto that. That sugar skull is going to come out of a bed of flowers, which will go over the front. They'll come over this way, scoop round the back, and probably come up here, so they'll eventually meet in the middle. So, and on the bottom, I bought some of this. There's some of this stuff I've bought for a project and probably not used it. So, see on the voile trim, I've actually left the selvage on. I don't see anything wrong with that. It looks good to me. So that's it. So my final words on the matter are: buy quality, buy things that are beautiful in either the fabric that they've used, the print that they've used, the colour that they've used, and get them recycled into something else when you no longer wear them. Don't just bin them, don't just pass them on, just repurpose them. Put 3 different things together and take them to your local dressmaker and say, right, what can you make me out of these 3 garments? There's a challenge. Come on guys, I can help you do it. So let's go.